Evening, everyone. Let me ask you a question. Would our forefathers, you know, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin, would they be proud of the America we live in today? Would they recognize the nation that they fought so hard to create? I think if we look at the reality of modern day America, I think the answer is very clear. A resounding no. Our country has strayed far from the ideals envisioned by our founding fathers. In fact, in many ways, we no longer live in the land of democracy, liberty, and equality for all. Today, I want to explore three key areas where America has drifted from the ideas of our forefathers: political dysfunction, economic inequality, and the unchecked power of corporations. First, let's talk about political dysfunction and corruption. When the Founding Fathers established our government, they envisioned a system where power was vested in the people, a democracy, where democracy would ensure that citizens had a voice in shaping their government. But today, our political system is far from that ideal. We have gerrymandering, where district lines are drawn to favor certain political parties, rendering many votes meaningless. We have political gridlock, where partisan divides keep our government from functioning effectively. And most disturbingly, we have dark money flooding our elections, leading to a situation where it seems like the interests of the wealthiest donors, not the average American, are driving political decisions. Instead of representing the will of the people, too many of our elected officials are beholden to a corporate and special interest. This is compounded by the decline of civic engagement. Voter turnout has stagnated, activism has decreased dramatically, and many Americans feel disconnected from the political process. As a result, we are seeing an erosion of the democratic principles our founding fathers believed in so deeply. Now, we must take a look at our economic inequality. Founding fathers believed in the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which for them meant access to the opportunities for success. But today, that dream is slipping away for many Americans. Economic inequality in the United States is at an all-time high, with a small percentage of the population controlling a disproportionate share of the nation's wealth. A 2022 report from the Economic Policy Institute revealed that the top 1% of income earners take home more than 20% of the total income in the country. Meanwhile, the working class struggles to make ends meet. The so-called American dream, where anyone can succeed through hard work, is fading. Costs for essentials like healthcare, education, housing, and gas are soaring, while wages have stagnated. More and more, the ability to get ahead in this country depends not on effort, but on inherited wealth and privilege. Finally, we have to address the rise of corporate America. Our founding fathers envisioned an economy that supported individual entrepreneurs and small businesses, where competition would drive innovation and create opportunities. Yet today, much of the economy is controlled by a handful of enormous corporations that hold too much power. In the tech sector, giants like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft dominate, with Amazon alone controlling 40% of American e-commerce. This concentration of power allows these companies to manipulate markets, stifle competition, and set prices to benefit their bottom lines, often at the expense of the consumer. Similarly, in agriculture and food production, corporations like Tyson Foods and Cargill control the majority of U.S. food production. This monopolistic power drives up prices and limits choices for consumers, while small farmers and local businesses are squeezed out. Instead of a vibrant free market, we have a system where a few powerful players dictate the terms of our country. This corporate dominance also undermines individual freedom. The small businesses and entrepreneurs who once embodied the American spirit of innovation and competition are being crushed by these giant monopolies. This consolidation of power contradicts the vision of our fathers that had for a competitive and dynamic economy. To conclude, we have to take a look back at how America is so far from how our founding fathers envisioned. While the principles of democracy and liberty are enshrined in the Constitution, the realities of political dysfunction, economic inequality, and corporate dominance are undermining the foundations of our republic. The democracy they fought for is eroding, economic opportunity is slipping out of reach for many, and the voices of ordinary Americans are being drowned out by corporate and political elites. If we want to honor the vision our founding fathers had, we must work to restore the principles of equality, freedom, and democracy for all. If we don't, we risk losing the very essence of what makes America great. Thank you.